As a non-English speaker myself and probably new in the system and in the country, there were lots of information I didn't know and I didn't know how to access. But with Accurx, I developed this tool where I was just adding some information and then keep it there for me to be able to see my patients and give them the information they needed to know first time without delaying treatment. So with Accurx, the idea was that we could send patients information about advice, for example, or also to gather some information from them without having to see the clinician. So once I got into Accurx, I developed workshops to explain doctors, nurses, and also receptionists how to use this tool. And please do have some training so you understand how to keep data safe and then start using this tool. We found that it was really easy to use, but also just in time to keep seeing our patients when COVID hit it. We developed these virtual clinics where we used to invite patients on Teams to have a meeting and to discuss long-term conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, sometimes asthma or COPD and other conditions. But it was the main idea. So talking a little bit more about Accurx, easy for receptionists to have Accurx because they could ask Accurx things like, who do I need to book a patient if they have asthma? Sometimes people struggle to book patients with the right person first time. So with Accurx, it was easy just to put something like asthma and it will show you who to book that patient with. So it was really useful for people that don't have clinical knowledge or clinical skills to be able to understand how to book that patient without wasting anybody's time. So that was one of the features, Accurx card. Another feature was Accurx template. And with templates, you could just populate some information for patients to get a link. Information, for example, that people need to know about the 2-week service. There is a pathway when there is a suspicion of cancer. Some patients need to know information about that. So with this template, we used to have the PDF there, and all we needed to do was to click the template and send it as a text to this patient and they will get it. But it was really important for us to make sure that the patient got the information. So Accurx had another feature where we could see if the patient had received that text. If it was a new person in the practice that needed to do a review for a patient with high blood pressure, we have some information like, let's say, for ABP, like ambulatory blood pressure monitoring. So this is something we have to do when the patient comes to the practice. We fit a machine and the patient takes the machine with them home. But sometimes we used to forget to tell the patients to switch the machine off. And next day, when we were receiving all the results, we were having lots of false readings. So with this Accurx card, we used to have like a checklist to take, and then if we forgot something, we just sent that patient a reminder of, let's say, please switch the machine off tonight. And that was really good for people that was having this blood pressure monitoring. Another thing was for long-term conditions. We had something called year of care. And in year of care, we review patients every year that have diabetes or high blood pressure. They come to the practice and we have to do some physical checks and then they will get the results. But again, as a new person working in the GP practice, there is lots of things that you need to know. And with Accurx cards, it was easy because you used to type, let's say, year of care, and it will show us what we needed to do with that patient and then who do we needed to book that follow-up with, like the nurse practitioner, the practice nurse, or the GP himself or herself. So again, lots of information in Accurx that help us to do our job properly and probably quicker. Back in time, we didn't have intranet, so it was difficult for us as workers within the practice to know like protocols, processes, lots of information. So Accurx served as a little bit like an intranet. Nowadays they have something else, but Accurx was good because we have lots of information there that we only needed to type a word and it will show you, will show us what we needed to know or what we needed to see or to share with patients. everybody had their own user, so it was easy to monitor who was giving the information or recording new information, and all the information sent patients were recorded in the electronic patient records in the GP practice, which is IMES, that's the one we use in the GP practice here in Oxford. Really good tool to use if you want to communicate with patients. I really suggest you go and check Accurx. They are not paying me to do this video, but I found very easy to use. I find that it's an amazing tool for you to communicate with your patients and also to learn a little bit more about how to communicate effectively. As a healthcare assistant, I didn't just do blood pressures or ECGs or dressings. I also use my communications skills, but also my techie skills, because I like using technology a lot, and that's also thanks to my husband, that he works in technology and he's really good with all technology, and he's always helping me to understand how to use computers, or nowadays AI, which is a big thing around the world. He's amazing, but he's been teaching me not just English, but also how to use technology to our favor. So if you are someone that are trying to get into GP practice and you have different skills and you don't know how to use them, take the opportunity, for example, nowadays with AI, but before do some GDPR training, you need to understand about safeguarding, confidentiality, all this information that you can find training in health education England, and then you can use tools like AI just to make your life a little bit easy and to communicate easily with patients. So if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, share it, leave me a comment, and I will try to answer your questions or make more videos about the information you would like to know. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.